Hello everybody, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Cherry Van Blossom Boutique. Hello everybody, my name is Renan, your lovely fashion doll. I hope you guys are doing lovely today. Oh boy, aren't we continuing my Final Fantasy XIV content creator arc? Which totally was not intended, and it has totally not overtaken my life. What are you talking about? I have totally not been playing it at all in my off time when I don't have to do anything. I surely do not know what are these accusations that you're throwing at me are, but I can assure you, darling, I can assure you that I have not been playing that game off stream. I will never do gaming outside of stream without you guys. That is such a preposterous idea. Listen. I promise you, I will do a recap for you on the next Final Fantasy XIV stream like we did last time, except I will give a verbal recap because going through the cutscenes essentially just means sitting and watching like an incomplete movie for 2 hours. At least that was my last experience taught me. But you know, we're here to do what I do best, which is talk shit about things that I like. And you know, if you have known me for a while, you know that fashion is one of the things, despite what the channel may suggest, despite what the recent trend on my streams may suggest, I am a fan of fashion. I love fashion. I love clothing. I love styling. I love putting things together for people and putting things together for myself and just, you know, serving content. I love that. Love that for myself, and I want that for other people as well. And if you also know, I am particularly passionate about character design as well. I may not be a pro, as let's be honest, who thinks of me as a pro? Like, if you thought that I was a pro at anything of what I speak about, I am so sorry to disappoint you, honey. I just happen to know a lot. But yes, I love character design, and within the fashion of Final Fantasy XIV, character design is pretty important, you know? A lot of people roleplay, myself included. A lot of people tend to use their Final Fantasy XIV characters as a version of themselves. That is not my case. And people just want to serve cunt. They just want to be cunty all day, you know? And this game, it is surprising the amount of customization that you can do. So with all of that, it's just, I have been thoroughly impressed by Dantrell's insistence of making things very fashionable indeed. Although they have really used a lot of assets on most of their gear this expansion, but I mean, that's fine. They can't keep putting new things every single time. But you know, as you may or may not know, I am really fond of that game. I've been playing it for the better half. Not even better half. I've been playing for the last 4 years. I took a break from it like last year actually, because I just did not have any money to pay. So you know, can't exactly get that bag if I'm not making any bags, right? So yeah. But I figured that I would play it on my own time because, you know, I am no longer depressed, unless you worry. I have talked to my therapist. I am fine now, I think. But the thing is that, you know, playing League of Legends is not one of those things that one does when you're searching for joy and happiness in your life. Playing League of Legends is one of those things that you do whenever you're like, you know, craving a little pain, you know, maybe you have been a little bit too happy. You need to remind yourself that life is suffering and that you should never be as humble as you think you are, because League of Legends changes people, darling. They change people. League of Legends is not the place where you go for joy and happiness. It's the place where you go for to remind yourself that perhaps there is no good left in humanity. But you know, If you have seen anywhere on Twitter, and in fact, I exposed myself on my last short video that I did, which, mind you, I think escaped containment a little bit because it's been getting a lot of views recently, and now people know my spending habits. But I have been playing a lot of League of Legends as well, so you know, I may or may not have a problem, and I may or may not have a sunk cost fallacy at this point. I have spent too much money on the game to quit, and it's been grabbing me back. I've been going back. I've been having a relapse. I went to rehabilitation. I didn't play for a full year, and I'm coming back. I'm coming back, and that is not a good thing, because fun fact for you out there. If you haven't watched the YouTube short, I recommend you do. I believe it's the funny. But you know when the currency shop appears in that video. Originally I took it for the bit. You know, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a bit about that. I'm just gonna record some footage of me fake purchasing something just to be like funny. Doesn't have impulse control. Then the number, perhaps, maybe I shouldn't have done that, and I should have asked somebody else to do it for me because I ended up buying something. So anyway, that's not another point. That's not the point. We're not here to talk about my spending habits. We're not here to talk about what I do with the money that I have to spend. That is something that we must speak. That is only between me, my therapist, and my accountant. And perhaps my mother when she finds out what I've been spending my money on. But you know what? That is not something that she needs to know about, right? But anyway, so like I said, the purpose of today's stream is to talk about fashion, and in particular, Final Fantasy XIV fashion. Now, could we go over a lot of the glamours that have been released? As you can see, there is a lot. You know, Final Fantasy XIV has decided to finally give something to the slots out there. You know, give something for the people who want to show a little bit more skin, as if there wasn't enough of that already. But you know, it's kind of bold. It's kind of bold and brash. We love those sun marks. You know, it's tanning marks. But yeah, there's been a lot of releases, and they finally are using mannequins. Therefore, I'm not gonna be demonetized or anything like that for showing this, because last time we got a panty shot, and I'm not monetized right now. I fear for my future. But in particular, we're gonna be talking about the jobs. What are the jobs? Well, they're the classes of this game. And if you haven't seen the last stream, we reached until Ninja before I had to cut it short because, well, I had essentially a bad internet connection due to rain. And we were talking about the Weave class, you know, the Ninja, and they were fine. But we gotta continue, we gotta finish it. This might be a shorter stream than usual, mainly because there's not that many classes left. I believe there's only, how many? Because we did Ninja. Where's Ninja? Ninja. Where's Ninja? Oh, there it is. We did Ninja. So after this, we got Pictomancer, Paladin, Red Mage, Reaper, Samurai, Scholar, Sage, Summoner, Viper. So we have about, how many? I didn't count. Sorry. I forgot to use my brain for that moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Okay, so we have essentially half of the classes. And let's begin, you know, let's begin. I've been dying to talk about Pictomancer, so as you guys may or may not know, and if you don't know, I shall inform you, Pictomancer is essentially one of the newer classes that were brought about into this game by this expansion. Oops, that was not supposed to happen. There you go. By the way, apologies for the crunchy ass pictures. This is the only thing I could find with showing the class gear like this, because I thought it would be funny to have a bit more of a visual than just a video occurring. Anyway, Pictomancer. The thing about classes whenever they're introduced, this is the first time that we get to see them. This is what their purest form, if you will. What I would like to note when it comes to the fashion of these classes and their aesthetics is this is the first impression. This is what the classes at their basic. This sets the precedent on what is to come. Unless you're the answer, in which case there is no precedent. You just take anything that you can get. Everything is on the line. Everything, if it has coins or if it has feathers, it's on the line. But Pictomancer is one of the new classes introduced here, and is the starving artist, if you will. It is the representation of my soul because I'm an artist as well, and of course because there is a bit of a associated look when it comes to artistic people, which is the Allen Prominent hoodie. It's comforting. We as artists, a lot of us have gone through that phase of making hoodies work for us, and some of us don't work for it. In my case, I just have one because sometimes it's cold. But ideally, as an artist, you're meant to keep your computer as cold as possible. Therefore, if you have ever been in a computer room, if you ever gotten educated, because I had the privilege to have a computer room in my school, and that shit was arctic. When I tell you that my toes were frostbitten, it was necrosis. It was giving I am being pulled in a cooler. It was arctic. So the thing with that is that you have to wear a hoodie if you don't want to die on a computer room, because they're really, really cold. So we have this general vision of an artist, which is somebody who spends a lot of time on a computer. When it comes to digital artists, that is, not to generalize or anything. And we also have this picture of somebody who's a little bit nerdy, Inherently, sometimes artist characters get shown to be very introverted. They show their appeal when it comes to their art, their craft, and whatever it is that they produce. It be sculpting, painting, or simply just crocheting, Crocheting, I consider crochet another form of art because that shit is hard to do. So, when it comes to Pictomancer over here, they kind of grab a little bit of both the modern perception of what an artist look like and the older perception. Because if you notice here, as I said before, if I can find this thing, if you notice here, they are clearly wearing a hoodie, which mind you, not to derail anybody, but unfortunately, this is the female version of the gear. There is a male version as well because they couldn't have the men show more skin, They couldn't have the men have crop tops. They can't let the men serve that much cunt. I am so sorry to say, but if you let men serve that much cunt, I think the star will actually fall. I believe that the world will implode and everything will turn to gold and everybody will die because it's just they are allergic to making men serve cunt. They just cannot. They cannot. Therefore, they must nerf us, and by nerfing us, they must not let us wear crop tops, which is sad, mind you. I think I would look pretty clear on a crop top, but that's neither here or there. The main thing to note is they're kind of modernizing. It's kind of the thing with Dawntrail, and sort of was the same thing with Endwalker, but in Dawntrail they kind of brought it home even more. which is it's modernization, but done in a way that it still looks like a fantasy outfit. This is not something that would be easy to pull off in IRL, mainly just because fantasy armor in particular tends to be, well, fantasy, and it's really hard to sew it all together. Pictomancer in particular is not the most egregious thing. I would argue that it will be more dancer, that they will be kind of hard to pull off. But we start to see the big picture on Pictomancer, which is they want you to picture, you know, this is an introvert. This is somebody who keeps to themselves. They sit down. They are kind of staring at you a little bit because they're drawing you, but they don't want to admit it. And they just want to be left alone to their own devices. At least that's kind of the impression that I'm getting. And you know, they are a little intricate. They have a little quirk about them, which may or may not be their crippling anxiety, but that is the vibe that we're getting here. And I think that for a first impression, Pictomancer did a really good job in telling us what the job is about. This is somebody who has boundless imagination, who spends a lot of time painting by the fact that they literally stain their clothes, which, mind you, that's a rad fashion choice. Like, that looks awesome. Like, I would not mind having a hoodie like that, being honest with you. I would not mind that because that is so cool. It's just like you make your own pattern. It's a one-of-a-kind thing. And I love that for them. I really do. I hope that the hoodie is separated from the... knowing them, it's probably not. Probably the skirt is also attached to the glamour in itself, which is sad because I don't want that. I want to be able to, have my hoodie, have my crop top hoodie without having, a skirt. Because sometimes you just don't want a skirt, Sometimes all you want is a hoodie, and you just wanna look cute without that. But as I said, it's pretty serviceable. I really like it. I think it sells a fantasy. Like, this is an artist who could be a mage. This is truly using the power of art through drawing furries to kill your enemies, You just show them a furry and they kneel over and die because furries are kind of hot. As everybody's finding out with bone lycanth being a thing on Zenless Zone Zero, furries can be quite dangerous weapons, so, They also look like, they also look kind of expensive because they may or may not have been taking commissions, NSW commissions by themselves. And so, they can afford to look this trippy. If anything, my only complaint in particular, and this would be just me, this would be my thing, is I am not fond of the brush that they've selected for this. I feel like it's a little bit too... I know that there has something needed to be more fantasy for you to completely sell the job that this is a person who is a mage and is doing something with magic. But to me, the brush just feels a little disconnected. Like, it looks angelical, and there is nothing in Pictomancer that kind of has the same vibe. It did like again, this is just a theater kid. It's just a theater kid who has their imagination is a little bit too strong. Perhaps they have had a pencil in their hands for too long and they started imagining scenarios in their head, and they're kind of making sound effects with their mouths. And I'm totally not speaking about myself. Oh, hello, Jen. Well. How dare you show your damn face around here, sir? How you doing, darling? I'm doing good, thank you. I was playing Dawn Trail earlier because I decided to video game again by myself because it's been pretty hard to escape spoilers of that video game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, the more it goes on, because the game has been around for almost 3 weeks at this point. I think it's been a month. So I just decided to fit into I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish the game by myself. I might, because next week we're doing Celebration. We're not playing like video games. So, you know. Alright, I didn't have the prettiest weekend. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I mean, I'm not gonna approach you about it, but I hope everything goes better soon for you. I know that things are rough whenever your weekend is rough, because, you know, it's your free time. But I hope I can at least uplift the mood uplift your mood a little bit. If anything, you can always make fun of me for my spending habits. And I know my leak post. I am sorry. I am sorry that I have given so much of my money to Riot Games. I do apologize for that, but it's just I can't. It's just they gave Seraphine a fucking legendary. What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Not give them my money? Was I not supposed to not chill out for my own champion? I'm pretty sure I'd spend more than 200 euros. I'm pretty sure I'd spend more than that. I'm pretty sure I'd spend upwards. I don't want to say 1,000 because I don't think so. I don't think I would have reached. No, I have. Wait, how much is 1,000 in pesos? Hold on. Let's Google this. Ignore. How much is $1,000 in pesos? Oh no, I haven't spent 1,000 yet. Not yet. At least. Not yet. We're still good. We're still good. Wait, I don't think I have gone that low. I think we're good. If anything, probably more like $500 maybe in total, in like my total League of Legends career. Hey, no, Jan, listen. I've been playing this game for upwards of 11 years. I think I have a little pass, right? Right? It's not like I could have probably bought a house, a small apartment with this. Not at all. But, you know, it's just, you know, I have seniority, you know? I have seniority. I am old. You know that? I am old. I am 24. I started playing that game since Yasuo came out. And Yasuo came out on, if I remember, 2010, I think. See, there you go. Everybody's a little bit mentally ill. Everybody has their own demons that they have to contend with. You have spent around 2,000 euros on Siege. I have spending around probably $500, probably more, on League of Legends. You know, everybody's got their demons. Everybody's got their skeletons in their closets. And mine is League of Legends. And possibly Vtubing at this point, because Vtubing, at least I have spent more than $1,000 at this point. I don't want to talk about my money though. Why are we talking about money? I thought that this was supposed to be a judgment-free zone. But then again though. Euros and pesos? Okay. Hold on. I don't want to keep showing my most searched recommendations and favorites, because I feel like you guys are gonna judge me. So just give me 1 second. I'll just turn off the screen a little bit. Where is it? Yeah, and just stay at this for a little bit. I do not want you guys to get a look at what kind of shit I put on my favorites. You said 2,000 euros. Oh, bitch! Oh. Well. Well. And I thought I was the one with the spending problem. That is literally a down payment on a house, dude. That is, and this is a down payment on a house. Are you okay, John? Do you require assistance? Must I speak with the authorities about this? Because this is not okay. This This is not okay. This is literally the value of a down payment on a house, dude. Oh, Lord. No, actually, in today's economy, this wouldn't be enough, I think. Okay, but is that a year, though? Is that yearly or monthly? Because if it's monthly, darling, I can suck cock pretty good. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna kill myself. Anyway, what were we talking about? I think we should go back. I think we should abort this topic. I think we should abort. Everybody abort. Everybody leave. Cease. Everybody cease to exist right now. Don't clip this. I swear to God. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, victim answer. Pretty good. I give it a 9 out of 10. It does go with the fantasy. It does look like I would expect an artist who got hit by a bus and then transported into a fantasy world would look like. You know, I cannot wait to start trying to make commissions. You know, I'm just gonna try to get commissions on Lensa Lomensa and Star because nobody's gonna buy from me. So love that. Hey, listen, it is a respectable job. Yeah, that is not kind of you to slut shame. You know, sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do to survive. A girl's gotta get that back. A girl's gotta get that money to spend it on League of Legends, apparently. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are going now to Paladin, right? Paladin. One of the OG classes. One of the ones that's exercising the title of the video, the title on the thumbnail, which is, this is boring. This is about as generic as you can get, I'll be honest with you. Like, you know, John, that implies that I'm making any money out of this. That implies that that implies that this makes any money, dude. I don't know how. I think that's objectively wrong. I just got hit by a bus and became a loser. No, darling, I don't. I think I just got a paycheck actually. I just got a paycheck on Twitch this month, and it was just $50. That's it. No more. Just $50, which I then used to buy a skin of League of Legends. So, you know, we clearly have priorities. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Paladin. Oh my God, love that. Thank you. Go fuck yourself. And mute. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, $50 is gay for some gaming is pretty neat. You know that was over 6 months. That is not nearly sustainable, but you know, it was a nice thing. You know, it was a nice thing to have. It was a surprise, let's say that. It was a surprise to have just a little bit more money, which is okay. I haven't been in a financial rough spot yet. Like this month was actually kind of rough because, you know, as you guys know, I took a break from work last month, and so it was an unpaid vacation, and I thought it wasn't gonna hit me that hard, but it actually kind of did hit. But it wasn't bad. I'm not in the reds or anything. It's just my throat is a little tight. My throat is a little tight. My budget is a little shorter, you know. Exactly. It was an unpaid vacation because apparently, despite the fact that I've been 6 months with your company, I still don't get vacations within a year. But you know, what can you do, right? What can you do? Anyway, going back to what we were talking about, which is Final Fantasy XIV. So we have Paladin. As we can see, dear old Paladin, represented by Daddy Miko. How can I say this in a way that is kosher? How can I say this in a way that Paladin mains won't come from my ass? Honestly, not gonna lie, John, Garen looks more interesting than this. Like, I mean, listen, it's fine. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Paladin is Paladin. Like, at the end of the day, a Paladin has a certain look. It works. It is not something that you would lose sleep over. So, for that sake only, for the fact that it definitely looked like, you know, this is clearly a Paladin. Like, if you don't think that this is a Paladin, then you don't have eyes. I'm sorry. I am so sad to inform you that perhaps you are fucking blind. But it is as generic as it gets, and it's okay. You don't have to be always reinventing the wheel. However, you know, despite the fact that the motive so far with Dawntrail has been going back to form, going back to what the classes used to be. Oh, this is not what I wanted. Hold on. Job artifact armor. I think that Paladin has managed to look more interesting in past years when it comes to their details, because, you know, when it comes to Paladin, like I said, you cannot be too reinventive, otherwise you might look like a Dark Knight, which is kind of the point of Dark Knight. Dark Knight is supposed to be like, you know, when you don't deal with your religious trauma and then you become an employee on Hot Topic. That is what happens, and then you become a Dark Knight. In this case, it's more so you're the berries and cream boy, and somehow you manage to land a job in corporate. So, you know, there is very little you can do to change what exactly generic knight from the United Store. Thank you, very well eloquently put, John. There is very little that you can do to change a Paladin's aesthetic. So, to me, what makes it or break it is the armor and the details, you know? The details must be godly for this to not look boring. And I think that the peak of fashion when it came to when it came to a lot of classes, I believe it was what was it called? Bitch. Hello? Do I have a brain? Are we working today, brain? Did I pay you for the work today, or did I miss a payment? Yeah, I think he's not here. I think my brain has abandoned us. Anyway, I'm gonna move you guys out of the way so that you can actually see what the fuck is happening. I'm gonna put you here for now. You guys are gonna be behind me. You guys don't mind being behind my ears, right? You guys don't mind. I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna a good view. If I have any bald spots, perhaps you're getting a look now. But yeah, I feel like the peak was Heaven's Ward Paladin, because at least they tried something, you know? I in this case, I cannot say that they did not try. Was it successful? Not particularly. But they tried something, you know? They made it look... Listen, the wing kinda eats. It's just... it was another era, you know? The polygon count wasn't quite polygoning enough. So... That's the main issue with this one. It's just... it's a little ugly. But for what it's worth, it tried a new thing. It tried to introduce feathers. It tried to introduce the griffin. And that is something that Paladin has never quite dared to do anymore. Like, on none of its iterations, they have tried to work with the armor to make it a little bit more interesting, you know? You know what I would have loved? Paladin has this I think you probably got it on your 4H, John, sometimes. Paladin has this mount that they get, which is a lion with wings, you know, a stone lion. And I feel like they could lean more into the lion aesthetic, because, well, even though Gunbreaker has it a little bit, I feel like if they just, maybe it's a little bit too tacky, but maybe they could have just put a lion on the chest plate, perhaps, like something to make me feel alive at least. I would say I do appreciate that they finally committed to giving Paladin like a full suit of formal glamour. Like, you know, I really do love the fact that this looks like not necessarily practical armor, even though it is. It looks more royal. That's what I was wanting to say. It looks a bit more like this is a knight that belongs in the royal guard type of thing, and I can appreciate that. But I'm still bored. I'm still bored. I want something new. I want something different. I want something like this, but with the quality of this. How about that? I feel like we can play with the armor a little bit more. If Paladin must be armored, have fun with it. That's all I ask. And also, please do bring the cape back. This kind of cape. I kind of live for the cape. It almost made me feel good playing Paladin. It almost made me feel like I was a mage. Like, I feel like if anything, Paladin should be the tank that kind of looks like a mage. You know, a mage but armor. And even though they have no proficiency in it, they kind of did that. Which kind of the Endwalker, no, Shadowbringers version kind of does, but it needs to be more interesting. I'm bored. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is good enough, or is this? Do you guys think that this is the best Paladin can do, or can they do better? Let me know. But to me, Paladin is just. Oops, that's not the thing I wanted to do. And that's all. And why is this move? Why is everything betraying me right now? Let me just do this real quick. There we go. I should probably lock this. You know, I should probably lock this. Perhaps if I actually do the things that streamers do, and nothing would be moving and nothing would be going wrong. But anyway, taking a little break though. What are your guys' favorite glamour? John, if you still remember when you played Final Fantasy XIV, what was your favorite glamour? What is the thing that you always? Let me be more specific. What is the piece of glamour that you always used on every single glamour you had, no matter what? Because I have one. I have a very specific thing I always used ever since I got it, which is the Ronkan necklace. In my current glamour, you cannot see it because I am covered head to toe. But you know, when sometimes I feel sluttish and I want to show my clavicle, because you know, it's a little bit scandalous. I wear that necklace just because it feels cool. It feels nice. Monocles. Well, that explains why you decided to take over and have a monopoly. Oh my God, you're the monopoly guy. So you added monocles to everything, no matter the even if you wore your pajamas, it was a monocle. You had your sleep monocle, the one that you wear to sleep. To me, it would be that. It would be either corsages or that necklace. But then again, though, I did have a neck. I just used that necklace a lot. I like that necklace. Is the reason why the monocle's price is still 30k? Hey, if you have any millions that you can spare for a girl to get get some fashion, I could take it off of you. You know, if you have too much money in your pockets, I could take it off of you. You know, your bags, they look heavy. Hey, listen. You know how there is like swimming goggles, right? You just have a mono swimming goggle, you know? You just have one of those lenses, because you know you don't need protection for both eyes. Who needs that? Only weaklings need that. You are built different though. You only need one. You have more than I do, darling. I don't have that much. I went poor because I went on a shopping spree recently on Final Fantasy XIV, so I don't have money. I need to do my dailies. But yeah. Man, I want to play 14 with you guys. Would you be down to play 14 with me, guys? Would you be down for... You know what I want to do? And this is also partly my reason that I want to do the story offline. Is I really want to go back into Savage. I used to be a sweaty gamer, and it should tell you enough that I play League of Legends, but, you know, I also do Savage rating Final Fantasy XIV because it's fun. Because, you know, I like to feel something sometimes, you know? I would like to feel something that makes me feel alive, and what is that not, if not just misery, you know? Misery keeps you alive, it keeps your skin it gives you youth, right? And so I decided to play Savage. I play League of Legends, I play Overwatch, so you know what? Sometimes we are just a little bit masochistic, and that's okay. That's okay. I need a reason to continue playing. I mean, fair enough. 14 can get kinda stale whenever, particularly when you don't have friends, which I should know. And you know, you would also know that feeling, John. And I am so sorry that we're both in this boat. But particularly when you don't have friends, oh my god, what do you want? Do you mind? You know, I'm trying to have a conversation. I know, I understand. But you have to understand that not everything is about you, bitch. She's barking at me. Can you guys hear her? I hope she's not too loud. Is she too loud? Hold on, I'm gonna close the door. One moment. Sorry, I closed the door. Hopefully that helps a little bit, but she's being really loud. I don't know why. I think she just wants to eat one of those birds. Cause my dog does this weird thing in which she kinda becomes an apex predator. Like, you know, that animal that needs me to live, because if God forbid that I leave the house for 1 second and then she's fucking dying, she kind of becomes an apex predator whenever she sees birds, and she tried to kill one last night. Let's just say it didn't end up pretty. I mean, they don't bark, but they do have their fair share of problems. Bunnies are quite delicate, and then again, this dog is as well. Turns out she has brain issues, so you know. Perhaps it wasn't a good idea to have a dog. I mean, listen, if you want to play Final Fantasy XIV with me one day, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I like playing 14. I like to have an excuse to play 14. Sammy, how you doing, sweetie? Why do you want me to stand up and stretch? I just stand up. Fine, whatever. Hold on, folks. Oh, actually, my ass hurts. 1 second. Lord. Oh, fuck, I've been sitting on this chair a little bit too long. One moment. Sorry, it's just, I feel like my ass has been flattened. I forgot how long I've been sitting on this chair, and now that I just got up, it kinda hurts. But hello, Sammy, how you doing? Thank you so much for the hydration and everything. I'll drink water in a moment. I'm just resting my ass. But how's it been? Have you been enjoying the rain? We're just talking about Final Fantasy because I've been having a brain rot recently. Although I promised that my yeah, rain. Has it been raining? It's been raining here a lot, actually. It's been a lovely weather, you know. We have had floods, but at least we don't have heat anymore, so you know what? It's worth it. We may lose everything to the water, but not my dignity, because at least I'll be able to wear hoodies because it's cold. Because despite the fact that I fashion myself a bit of a fashion lady, I still prefer hoodies sometimes because they're just cozy. Okay. What kind of fluffers? What is a fluffer? What are you talking about? Explain yourself, John. Thank God. Honestly, we should all thank. You guys should thank me, actually, because you know why? The rains came to this homeland, to our homeland of I don't know where you live, but I'm just gonna say your homeland. It came to your homeland because I did a blood sacrifice at the dentist. So you know, you should thank me for that because that was me. That was my blood that was sacrificed to the gods for rain. I mean, maybe I am one of your bodies. Maybe I have gained sentience, and perhaps I'm just dreaming when you're not looking. The blood god, the tooth fairy. Exactly. Didn't you know the tooth fairy is actually the rain god? You know, the tooth fairy. That's the reason why people offer tooth to them. You know. You know what? You're fucking welcome, John. Thank God. You know, flooding may happen. Perhaps you might get electrocuted if there is a little bit of thunder. But you know, at least the heat wasn't be that bad. A surprise message on Twitter? Did you send me a message? Hold on, let me check. I have received no such thing. Why did you lie to me, John? I have received no message from you. But yeah, I hope you have been enjoying your weekend, though, Nekosami. I hope your weekend has been good. Mine has been alright. I've been doing nothing but play Final Fantasy XIV and sleep. So, you know, I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. Going back to Final Fantasy XIV, though. What the fuck do you mean I haven't received anything? There is nothing. Hold on. Let me just check it on my PC. One sec. Here, look at Cat Dad for a little bit. Oh, there you are. Oh, that's such a cute bunny. It looks kind of like not gonna lie, it looks like a puff. It looks like one of those pom-poms, you know? It's really cute though. I'm not that fluffy though. I don't think I would be that fluffy. Because genuinely, although I have long hair, I cannot deal with how bad the hair feels on my neck. But you know, the thing is that I have long hair because it makes me feel cunty. I wish I didn't have a man's body though, because a man's body means I overheat a lot. So you know, most of the time my hair is actually up in a ponytail or a bun, because if I don't, I will spontaneously combust. So you know. But that's neither here nor there. So Paladin, you get a 3. I mean, you're fine. Uninspired, but at least you have your own aesthetic. So you know. I'm gonna give it an, you know what? I'm not gonna be given a number. We're gonna give it, let's say that you got an E for effort. Ooh, oh, poor baby. I'm sure he was built for like colder climates. Then again, though, Germany is probably really cold, no? Aren't you a European? Aren't you fond of the cold? Don't you actually hug all of the cold? Anyway, folks, let's move on to our next victim. Red Mage. Speaking of not innovating at all, but still looking good. Okay, Red Mage. Hold on. You see, Red Mage has one of those things in which it cannot escape its legacy. You know? Like, much like Paladin, but Red Mage at least is in a good spot because Red Mage always look good. But the thing about Red Mage... wait, hold on, let me change the picture here. Red Mage. So the thing about Red Mages is that they cannot go anywhere else but where they are. Like, it's hard because there's only so much you can do when it comes to a mage's aesthetic. Like, Pictomancer is probably the most creative one out of all of the mages that we have. And that is just because, well, I mean, technically it's not a mage. It is a mage, but it's not a mage. Like, it is not a traditional mage in the type of sense, right? And so Red Mage being what they are, which is supposed to be a blend of White Mage and Black Mage, just like having this desperado kind of look. They have such a hard sense of aesthetics that they just cannot break from it. If they do, they don't look like a Red Mage anymore. There is a reason why. When you make a Red Mage armor, it always has to be red. It has to be red, and it has to have a hat. It has to be. So that is a bit of a double-edged sword. Like, they have been innovating with their pieces, right? If you look at it on detail, they actually have been trying really hard to make Red Mage feel different every time. But that is where their downfall lies, because they cannot quite be as unique as they want them to be, because they have this aesthetic that they cannot escape from. It is glued. If you were to look at all of these outfits, just like without looking at the details, you would think, huh, this person is wearing the same thing every single day. It's just the same thing. But I think in its simplicity, in its constraints, Red Mage has managed to be pretty unique in every single iteration. Like, their pieces, sure, it's always a cape, it's always a hat, it's always red. But within their pieces, they have actually made a lot of different silhouettes, you know? They've been trying really hard to keep it different, and I can appreciate that. I can see that. Personally, my favorite is probably Dawntrill's Red Mage. Although I'm not a fan of a coat, I am a fan of the hat. I feel like that is the best hat that we have had so far. Although clothing wise, my favorite will always be Shadowbringers when it comes to the suit. I think the suit is quite cute. It's a double-vested suit, and you know, it kind of makes me feel like Puss in Boots. You know, I need to have an excuse to feel pussy. You know, and that it makes me feel puss. Ah, bitch. I hate myself sometimes. So period, bitch. Period. It's red, so period. I'm gross. But yeah, you know, I feel like I think that if anything, Red Mage is probably the thesis of what they should strive for. If they're going to go down the route of giving every job a particular aesthetic to them, which now they're kind of failing to, because Viper just looks generic as fuck. But, you know, I can applaud Red Mage for having its own sense of aesthetics, the thing it wants to stick to. And they've been doing a very well job so far. I think it deserves a 10 out of 10. It sells the fantasy. It is different enough. Like I said, it's actually very different on its pieces. But it manages to stay consistent, and I can appreciate that. I would wish, however, that we would be a little bolder, maybe just a tiny little bit, and just lay the cape to rest. Maybe we can do without the cape sometimes. Perhaps we can do a bit, you know, a bigger hat, or heck, I would rather you give me some like a different type of boot, you know. I appreciate that the boots are shorter, but I think we could make it better, make it shorter. But you know, that is mostly just nitpicking. It's mostly just nitpicking. Germany, the country where we have -15 and plus 36. You know what? 36 isn't that bad actually. It is bad. Don't get me wrong. It is bad. But hey, we get upwards to 40 here. So you know what? I'll take 36. It is less hot. So you know, I'll take it. But yeah, I love Red Mage fashion. I wish I wouldn't be the unfortunate thing is I would be crucified if I were a Red Mage and I wouldn't put anything that's not red, so. But red doesn't really look good on me though. So that's the unfortunate part. But yeah, Red Mage. I love you, Red Mage. You keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great. 10 out of 10. What do you guys think, though? How do you feel about Red Mage? Do you think like Red Mage should try to do something more different? Should we perhaps expand our color palette? Should we perhaps try other colors? Or should they stay just red? You know, what are your thoughts? He's the Spanish Inquisition. Can you not? Hey, listen, it's just the Desperado look. It's okay. Then again, though, I think it's fine. You know what? If he's a conquistador, he can conquest this pussy. Anyway, but yeah, I like him. There is not much to say. Not really much to say. Although I would say it is really cunt that the sword is a rose. Like, can we please talk about that? Can we please talk about that rose? Like, can we talk about it? Like, I didn't notice the sword is a rose. The hell? Oh, would you look at? Oh, love that. You know what? 11 out of 10. Love that. I love that sword actually. I love that. I live for that. That is such a. It's such a tiny detail, and it looks ridiculous from the side. I would wear that sword. It looks a little ugly, but you know what? It's also good. I like that. I like the idea. Perhaps the execution needs a little bit more work, but I like that. All right, Reaper. So this is Reaper's second time in the spotlight, and we have established a bit of a trend a bit of a trend, just a little bit. Where is Reaper? Reaper. We have established a little bit of a trend, just a tiny little bit, just a little bit. Can you spot what it is? People in chat, my little fluffy, John, Nekozami, and everybody else who's listening. Can we spot what the common denominator between these two are? Can we spot what the trend that's being said is? You might get a cookie if you get it right. I mean, yes, it's giving Hot Topic employee, but not quite. Not quite. Although I'm just realizing that they have a fuck ton of button belts. How long do they... Hold on. On the phone. On the phone. On the phone. Let me see that's in up close. I need to... No preview, shut up. Hold on. I need to see this up close. Can you open a new tab? Why is this not... Kowalski, enhance. Mama! Okay, you know what? I do not think that you needed a lace up all the way up to your groin. Like, how long does it take you to put that on? Jesus. Okay. I mean, I can appreciate the commitment to slaying, but also... It feels kind of weird, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Anyway, what was I talking about? I mean, yes, objectively you are very right, John. Objectively you are very right. But we're missing one important part here. What Reaper has decided to cement itself into, aside from all that we're talking about, is of course we gotta play up. We gotta get some ventilation, you know. We have another being inside us all the time. We have another we have a demon inside us, and the demon is it requests for some ventilation. It requests a bit of an air conditioning inside its home, which is our body. Therefore, we of course must always forever be showing pits. You know, we have to show pits. We have to show armpits. You know, the smell needs to come from somewhere, you know? So we have to show pits. Pits needs to be exposed at all time. That oh, bitch. Listen, they're wearing leather. They're wearing black leather out in the sun and fur. They have to ventilate, you know? They have to let the air somehow. The steam must go out of the engine somehow, you know? And what better way to do that than to just have pits out? Pits out, ties out, you know? Oh no, what, John? Like, listen, if you were wearing that, wouldn't you want to have your pits, like, exposed so that you don't sweat and smell disgusting? Because leather smells, darling. Leather picks up smell, and it smells really bad when it does. Alright, you couldn't hope to be this fashionable. Sorry, my apologies. No, but yes, I'm joking. But yeah, you know, Hot Topic employee, of course. We gotta be a little bit edgy with ourselves, but I kind of like that the new version of Reaper is a bit more leaning harder into Elden Ring, you know, Dark Souls vibe, as John so eloquently put in chat. And I believe that we're a bit more pulled together this time around. We are not going around on tattered clothes anymore. We have decided to rock our bondage gear, and we have very expensive feathers. Those are very expensive. Those are ostrich, I think. I don't know. They're probably chocobo, but still, we're being very expensive with our wardrobe. We're being very creative with it. Let me see if I can get the picture. Move along, red mage. You know, and I really like this. I really like this. I feel like for the second iteration of Reaper, they gave us something really different. They gave us something that is a bit more. Oh my god, girl, are those open on the female? Hold on, really? You know what? This is a 0 or 10. They're fucking cowards. They're fucking cowards. No, it's not about the boba, because the tits are out on the male as well. It's about the thighs. Are you telling me square? Yoshi P, look at me right now. We need to have a conversation. Like, we need to have a moment, Yoshi P. We need to have a moment. There we go. Sorry, I was sorting through my emotions. Are we seriously doing this right now? Are we serious about this? Like, are the thighs on men really that powerful? Like, why can I not have that? Like, why? Why would you cover me up, man? If I'm supposed to be a slut with a leather fetish, let me be a slut. Let me be a slut. Let me have my thighs out. What else am I supposed to have out anyway? My pits are out, but why? Why, Square? Why would you not want me to serve cunt? I just don't understand. Why are you so allergic to men actually serving anything? Ah! The female could snap my neck anytime. Hey, listen. If you ask Naya, ask like she might. Yeah, the ties are neat, but I wish the male version had it too. It explains why it looks like they have a lace up. Like, I feel like it can. You know, the thing is when sometimes with Final Fantasy XIV, they design things to look a certain way. I believe that they design with a gender in mind. For example, in my personal opinion, it was clear that Pictomancer was designed for a female first, and then they made the male version. So whenever you do that kind of thing, right? It kind of feel like whenever you have to make the adjustments for the other gender version, it does feel a little bit tucked on. It can feel... What is the word for it that I'm looking for? It can feel like it wasn't intended. You know, it can feel very... What is the word? I'm blanking. Can somebody help me here? I know I don't have a brain right now. And when do I ever? But what is the thing that I'm looking for? Tucked on? I mean, I already said unintentional, but that's not quite it. I don't know. It just feels like an afterthought, you know? Like, to me, I feel like they should be pretty fair with this type of thing, and just design with both genders in mind. Not because so much that they cannot have gender variations, although I believe they shouldn't. But you know, they can have it. It's just, I feel like you need to be a little bit more methodical about it. Like, at least in particular when it comes to like Scarlet, for example, the females always have shorts, the males always have pants, and that is fine. But with small things like this, it almost feels like, hey, you're being a coward. Just let the men slay, goddammit. Oh, do you like the pants? Is that what you mean, John? Are you a fan of the pants? Are you a fan of the leather pants that will probably make your ass really swampy? Yes, I indeed am. And what about it? Oh. Unfortunately, I regret to inform you I don't have any. Those parts are sold separately. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm no longer your favorite streamer. I have no ties. What a sad day indeed. My ties have been nerfed. I just could not. I couldn't afford to have them. You know. I had to have them removed. I am a doll. You know. Sometimes some parts don't come in the box. You know. My house didn't come in the box. You have to buy it separately. John, I feel like you keep making these empty promises about you subscribing, and I feel like this is never gonna happen. I feel like you're just edging me. I feel like I'm being used for my emotional turmoil. They're not empty since I'm here. Hey, listen. You might be my only one viewer at times. You might be the only person who's right here trying to witnessing me failing and taking pleasure at it. But you know, sometimes there's other people here. Sometimes, maybe. And listen. I appreciate everybody who comes by, whether it's just for a moment, for a second, or they stay the long run. So I don't really mind if my viewer count is low. Although I will admit that the numbers do boost the epinephrine. What the fuck is the name? What is that hormone that makes you happy? What is that hormone that makes you happy? I don't remember. You know what I'm talking about, right? The serotonin. It makes the serotonin go up. I'm fucking my sleep schedule. That's so nice of you. But you don't have to, honestly. I mean, you don't have to fuck your sleep schedule for me, although I appreciate that you do. So, thank you for being here. Why are you saying... Listen, I'm trying to be nice to you. What are you, a cat? Well, too fucking late, bitch. I'm already being nice to you. And what? What are you gonna do about it, huh? It's not like you're gonna subscribe anywhere. You know what? If you want me to stop being nice, you should subscribe. That is the thing that you gotta do. How about them apples? Cry. It sustains me. I'm an energy vampire. Do you see what you don't know is that I'm an extrovert. And me being an extrovert means that I thrive on introvert tears. I thrive whenever I make them hang out with me, because then I get energy and you get nothing. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Back to what we're talking about. Reaper. Love that. I think it's really nice. I think they gave it something really different for this version of Reaper. And I think it's a 10 out of 10. Oh my god, why are you zooming on the... Girl! Girl! We don't need to see that. Say that for only fans. Say that for only cats. Jesus. We don't need to see them pets. Oh my god. 10 out of 10 though. 10 out of 10. I love Reaper in this version, and I hope they keep surprising me. Now, moving to Samurai. Now, Samurai has a weird thing. It's like the same as Red Mage in a sense, in which they're kind of stuck on a single aesthetic they can never get out of, which, like I said, on the most part it's okay. But just like Red Mage, they tend to look very samey. Like, it's the same silhouette no matter what. Not silhouette, the same pieces, but they can, in this case, particularly with Samurai, they have stayed on the same silhouette. Red Mage has kind of changed it up a little bit. Let me just get out of the way real quick. Fun fact, I hate summer. Another fun fact, I can use three blankets in the summer. You know what? That's okay though. That is fine. You don't want to have a hot summer. I much prefer the cold. You know what? Whoever prefers the heat, whoever prefers being hot, I think you're lying to yourself. I think we need to debunk whatever trauma it is that you have. Whenever winter happened, you know, perhaps your parents got divorced on Christmas, but we gotta debunk that trauma because it's not that you like the heat. It's not that you are team heat. It's that you like the things that you can do whenever it's hot. You like the beach. You like going out and being, you know, used as food by bugs and everything. You know, like we really need to go to debunk the fact that just people who say that they like heat, they really don't. They just love what you can do when it's hot. They love to go to the pool. They love to go to the beach. I don't know what else people do when it's summer because I don't do anything when it's summer because I get hit with depression. But whatever they do, they just love that idea. They don't love the actual heat. I hate Christmas, but I love winter. See, here's the thing. I love the cold. I love Christmas. I feel nothing towards winter. Like, winter in general, if anything, it's only because it's cold. But otherwise, I feel nothing for winter. I feel like, it's fine. Summer, on the other hand, summer can go fuck itself. Why? Because I get depressed during summer. Seasonal depression. It's fun. It makes me look lovely. But yeah, talking about, you know, Samurai back again. Like I said, Samurai has been sticking to the same thing, which is just this same general vibe as Samurai. I am surprised they haven't gotten back to the Ronin yet. I feel like Samurai will probably look at its best when it's on a Ronin state, which it's probably hard because Ninja does kind of tap into that a little bit. But I feel like I feel like I'm done with the general. I feel like I'm done with the, like, for something that is supposed to be a return to form. I would have expected the Dawn Trail version of Samurai to just lean more into the running, wandering samurai that they have. I wish the hat would have made it bad. I feel like the hat is a little bit too iconic. I feel like they should have made it the thing that Samurai has, which is just, it has just an ample selection of hats. Okay, imagine the following. You're laying in your bed with 4 big pillows, 3 blankets, while your windows are open, it's so cold, and yet you're so warm and cold. What you describe is just heaven, girl. What you describe is just... It is heaven on earth. That sounds so good, dude. Oh, I wish I could ever get that cold here. In here, it actually doesn't get that cold. Although I do have one of my... I do have the... Ay, ¿cómo se dice esta madre? Sábana de tigre. La cobijita de tigre. My tiger blanket. If you guys don't know, I feel like this is a pretty much a thing in Mexican like culture, but it's also, I think it's just a thing in general for Latin America as well. Give me 1 second. Tiger. Ay, ¿cómo se llama? Cobija de tigre. Okay, there you go. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. At least here in Mexico, we have this very cozy blanket, which is it usually is depicted with tigers on it, and it's very cozy because it's heavy, it's hot, and this is the only thing that you need to survive winter. Let's say that for some reason perhaps in the future there's a nuclear war, everything dies, it's a nuclear winter, or perhaps, you know, we've been ejected out of the solar system and, you know, we no longer have the heat of the star with us. This will keep you alive. This will keep you alive. This will give you enough heat. This will make you feel like you are safe, like nothing's gonna happen to you, like you are only here to live in the moment and nothing else. And they make you brain empty. Just enjoy the coziness. The left one looks like Metsuka. Who the fuck is Metsuka? I mean, not to be uncultured, but who the fuck is that? Is that an anime? Is that one of those mangas that people are watching nowadays? Oh god, I just cracked my neck. Oh god. Ooh, I'm getting old, girl. Oh, the shogunate. I mean, you are right. You are right. It's taking more of a shogun, like, you know, military vibe towards the samurai, which honestly it has been the thing for the past 3 expansions. It has been the thing with samurai has been looking a bit more part of the shogunate rather than a roaming ronin, which I think it's a shame. I feel like we should go back. I feel like we can explore the ronin a little bit more in different incarnations, in different states of dishevel and put together. Like, it can be from, you know, an actual ronin, which is, you know, a police samurai, you know, that has gone awry, I guess, to the wandering samurai, you know, the one that's not looking for trouble, just wants to wander around and occasionally fish. But you are right, though. You're right, though. I mean, I feel like the direction's pretty clear to me, at least in my opinion. And it's they just wanted a shogun outfit. They wanted to go like a samurai that's on the army rather than a samurai that is just out there. And I don't know. I feel like samurai's at its best when it's a ronin rather than part of the police enforcement, because that's how it was advertised to us. And if we're gonna go back to form, I feel like a ronin's better. Hang on, I've been breathing too much on my mic, and that is because I can't breathe from my nose. Why? It's because I have allergies. Hold on. But I do understand the feeling that you're getting there, John. I do understand. It feels a little bit unfocused. But I can kind of see it. And you know, it's fine. It is serviceable. Sorry about that. Hopefully this wouldn't make it so I can actually breathe. But yeah, serviceable. What? Golden star. Hold on. I need the power of Google again. I don't know what a golden star is. Oh. It's a balsam, okay. We have that actually. We have that actually, but it's not quite. It's called Vaporu. In my country, it's big Vaporu. So I get what you mean. Do you know something though? I'm gonna let you know something that will probably blow your mind up. I'm gonna let you know something that I might as well be a doctor to let you know this. They actually don't clear up your nose. They just alleviate the symptom of having a stuffy nose. But the thing that they do is that menthol, which is the thing that mint has, is a chemical of mint. Menthol stimulates the receptors in your nose, and so it makes you feel like you're breathing better, but you're actually breathing the same. Your nose is still stuffy, but it brings you some relaxation. It makes it so breathing from the mouth, it's a bit less noticeable because you feel like you're breathing from your nose. You know what I mean? So that is on being intelligent, and that is on me actually having a brain. So I expect some praise for this information that I just gave you. Anyway, Samurai, it's mine. I'm starting to get bored, but I'm not quite there yet. I feel like, on the whole, Samurai has gone into an aesthetic that I'm not quite fond of, but it's fine. It's fine. It is. What can you do? It is a shogun. No, actually no. I don't go to Instagram. I actually don't have I'm trying to get into Instagram, but I just can't. It's not my thing, you know? Instagram is just not my thing. I don't enjoy Instagram. But it is a thing that I saw on a documentary like a couple years ago. Because as you know, I like to know useless facts. I am a fan of useless facts. Like, for example, that a pineapple is a berry. Do you know that? Do you know that bananas are berries? That one is something that Cleo let me know the other day whenever I found out that I had a weak kidney. Speaking of which, I have water. But yeah, bananas are berries. So take a little bit of a moment with that one. I mean, technically, a strawberry is not a berry, if we think about it, because it's just a single fruit, and a berry is supposed to be a conglomerate of fruits. Like, it's supposed to be multiple fruits in the same vicinity. So if you really think about it, the bunch of banana is the berry. Why am I so tired? Sorry, for some reason I feel really tired right now. What is this? Maybe it's just the fact that I haven't been breathing properly. Perhaps I don't have enough oxygenation in my brain. Wait, but bananas don't grow near the ground. What are you talking about? Bananas grow in a tree. That's not near the ground. Am I missing something here? We were talking about bananas, and then you suddenly said that they grow near the ground, and it's like, no. Or are you talking about strawberry? Are you talking about strawberry? Oh, you see, the thing is, though, is that the thing that you gotta understand is that I'm stupid. So, you can't just change topics on me like that. How dare you? I am the one who's supposed to do that. I am the one who's supposed to change topics, not you. Speaking of changing topics, though, Samurai, it's a perfectly fine 5. It's average. It's okay. Not my aesthetic. Speaking of things that are average, Scholar. Scholar. I feel like a broken record when saying this, but that is not what I wanted to do. Where is the artifact gear? Thank you. There we go. Okay. You know what? Actually, no, never mind. I retract my statement that I was about to make. Actually, Scholar has been pretty varied with its looks. I forgot. They've actually been pretty good about changing their look. Like, I mean, the hat keeps getting progressively smaller, which you know, has an uneven music look. Well, you know what? That is the mark of a that is the most mentally ill thing I have ever heard in my life. I think you may need to make an appointment with a psychiatrist or something, because that is the most literally neurospicy shit I have ever heard in my life. Your music has an uneven loop and now I hate it. Oh shit. But yeah, let's talk about Scholar. So, Scholar, in a sense, it kind of has to look, for a long time it just kind of borrowed a little bit of Harry Potter, you know, Harry Potter aesthetics. It's supposed to borrow from graduation. What is the name of this? Robes, you know. That is. What is that melody? I know. I've been playing Overwatch a little bit recently. But anyway, stop distracting me. I'm supposed to get through this, and it's about to be 2 hours, and we haven't even, and we're still like, we still have a lot of things. How dare you be the melody in my brain? What is that melody that is your voice distracted me, John? But I appreciate you being here anyways. I would always need a distraction. Anyways, no, back to it. Oh god, I'm psyched out now. Fuck, I'm now thinking about wanting to play Overwatch. God damn it. Okay, no, get back to it. Back to one. Okay. So, Scholar borrows a lot of aesthetics from what you would call graduation robes. That is sort of the feeling that you're supposed to get from it. You're supposed to feel like this is somebody who graduated, who after wasting their lives in a STEM career, and then, you know, having this glorious moment in which they think they're going to be working as a rocket engineer, they end up working at McDonald's type of thing situation. You know? He looks very bullyable. I mean, yeah, kind of, but would you really bully somebody with a hat that cool? Like, I feel that at that point, when you bully somebody with a cool hat, I feel like I feel like you have some kind of damage. I'm sorry to say that you're bullying somebody with a cool hat like this one is just, you're a loser, man. It's a cool hat. Hats are underappreciated, man. But the thing to be pointed out about Scholar is that they actually do a really good job of keeping the same feeling without it being the exact same thing, you know? Similar to Red Mage, but except that Red Mage tends to feel samey because they do similar silhouettes always. Scholar doesn't really do that much. Like, the unfortunate thing is that slowly but surely the hat has been shrinking. It appears to be an illness. It appears to be some type of unfortunate chronic illness that the hat has been getting smaller. Perhaps the neck is no longer strong to support it, and it's unfortunate. But I'm happy with these, not gonna lie. I feel like every single one of them serves something different. It's, you know, this is from Harvard, this is from insert academic school here that I don't know. This is from Harry Potter, from sure, Gryffindor. And this is from public school. This one is the one that goes to public school because it's doing too much. It's trying to be a little bit too fancy, and believing nobody's gonna believe is not gonna be. Nobody cares about your fanciness with those pink tucks whenever you just have a corset that doesn't fit. I will say though, this outfit actually does kind of bother me. Why do you have a crop top vest? Why? Did you just found nothing else that fit? Was your tailor not home that day? Oh man, I really don't like that. Fuck, it's bothering me now. Anyway, so with Downturn in particular, I feel like this is a good blend of what the original Scholar is, which it looks like a nerd, with what sort of like this cool, actually smart looking mage that you can see. You say they're impractical, but I feel like they're very practical. Like, think about it this way: you're supposed to be a mage. You're supposed to be in the back lines, and I feel like for everything, out of all the job years, I feel like this is probably the most practical one. Well, but you're an academic, you know. You spend it all those years in STEM. You kind of gotta make it worth something, or else you end up, you know, depressed. You gotta make it work. I think it stands for Science, Technology, Science, Technology, I don't know what the E stands for, and Medicine. Hold on. What does STEM stand for? Oh, science, technology, engineering, and math. Okay, well, shit, I was wrong about the first one. in other words, it's a nerd, you know? It's a nerd that was a little bit too devoted to the books. But yeah, I feel like Scholar is spectrally executable. The Downtrail one, it's suitable. It is combining the modern aesthetic of a Scholar, which is very much a prestige, you know, like you said, trying to be a little bit of a show off with what is practical. It feels practical to me, at least. It feels like, to me, this would be exactly what you would see an academician from a fantasy world traveling around. Perhaps they get a heat stroke because they're wearing velvet, but you know, I mean, who's one to judge them, right? They're the smart people. They're smart. They're the one who studied for that long. They probably have some kind of magic velvet that doesn't make you feel as hot as a sauna. So you know, who knows? But yeah, Scholar is okay. I give it a solid 8. Very innovative with its shapes. I'm just a little bit bored of the green now. I feel like we should go. I think we should pivot and go back to blue, in my opinion. I feel like we should pivot and just go back to blue. And also, I'm a fan of the books, and I don't know. I feel like we need to be a bit more camp and go back to having a ton of books on a code, because why not? I feel like, you know, for the level of science, you gotta have if you are supposed to be an academician, you're supposed to reference your sources a lot. So I feel like having a book skirt, it's probably a good move. Just saying. I mean, I don't even think this is London. It is certainly steampunk. That is for sure. Certainly steampunk. I feel like this is the one that you're able to make fun of it. I feel like the other ones you can't really make fun of it because they're so smart that they kind of look cool. I think like this one is the one that you gotta bully though. Just saying. Anyway, Sage. Much of the same. Why did I close a Rosa collection? Hold on. Much of the same, not much innovation going on here. So, the thing about stages is that they don't really have an aesthetic. Like, they have the same problem as Viper, where it feels a little bit redundant. Because stages are supposed to be nerds as well. They're supposed to be like, you know, when the other one is a tech, it is like a book nerd. This one is the tech nerd. This one is the one that fucks with machinery and is like studying engineering. The other one is studying maths. The other one is saving the world by being a scientist. This one is saving the world by being an engineer. Yeah, this is you. And so, to me, is that I don't think this has any bite to it. Like, it doesn't make me feel anything. It makes me feel like it's slightly priestish. Like, I think it's supposed to be inspired by a priest, which, again, religious trauma. But Sage just doesn't feel interesting to me. So, to me, it's just more of the same. It doesn't feel different enough. It doesn't serve anything. It doesn't feel like it's trying to innovate. I feel like it's just trying to be... It's a little bit on the safe side, that's for sure. I kind of wish it would be a bit like the answer, which it was a little bold for its next duration. For me, like, this is just... Yeah, you kind of got better clothes, you know? You kind of decided to buy some things made out of cotton instead of polyester. You decided to actually try a little bit more to look more fashionable instead of like a nerd. But otherwise, I don't feel anything towards this. I feel, if anything, this is kind of worse for me because I like the other shoes better. I like the shoes of a sage. I like these shoes. I'm a fan of these shoes. Like the weird leg warmers into the boot. I love that. I love those shoes. I feel like they feel fun. They feel unique. This one is just it's Paladin, but if you gave Paladin a gun, that is what I get. You know, it's Paladin at home. So to me, Sage has never been really interesting anyway. So to me, that's just a solid 3. Like, gets the job done. I guess I guess they're interchangeable. Ah, why do I keep closing that tab? God fucking damn it. Okay. Summoner. They kind of problem a little bit. You know, it is supposed to be the other nerd of Final Fantasy XIV. Like we have. In reality, we have 4 classes that are nerds. You know, one is a rocket scientist. The other one is an engineer. The other one is I don't know, somebody that does math. And this one is the one that is a biologist. You know, if I could describe it better. Okay, Jan, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Enjoy your sleep. If there's something I can say for Summoner is I appreciate the variety. I really do. I feel like Summoner is probably the one that changes the modes every update, and I like that because this shows that you can do changes and make it feel unique without going too off the beaten path. Perhaps Heaven's Ward is the one that went a little bit too hard. Like this feels like a summoner that you would see on any other game. Maybe it's supposed to be Junaleska, but I feel like it went a little bit too hard. I feel like we could have done something else that is not too that it doesn't feel like a Japanese priest and more into, you know, the Edwardian vibe that they always had. But there is something about the new one. I really appreciate the new aesthetic of just a poncho. Like, it feels like that Monster Hunter, you know, it feels very Monster Hunter-y. Almost. What is that called? What are they called? The little navigators from Monster Hunter. So I really like that. I like that. It feels good. It feels fresh. It feels like a new idea that has been introduced without disregarding everything, you know? Like, it is a new idea. I appreciate them trying something new, and it feels right. It doesn't feel too outside the box. So with Summoner, I think I don't really have any notes aside from it's cool, and that's it. If you want to check the paper, that's right. That's just a huge page that just say cool. So I would give it a nice 9. Like, it is a little bit departed, but I like that. So a 9. I'm not a complete fan, but I don't hate it. I feel like it's perfectly fine. It's a 9. Okay. Oh, okay, we're getting to the end here. So here we come with the poster child of this video. With the thing that has been plaguing me ever since I saw it. Ever since I've been seeing it. Let me just show you something real quick. Let me just go back up a little bit. Where is it? Okay, so let's take a look at this for a little bit. Let's take a look at this little dude. You know, he's fun. He's having fun. He has a really nice trench coat. And let's go back down a little bit. Let's go back down. Let's just take a look at Viper one more time. It's given. Hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, sure. Just changing a little bit. It's given. They clearly did not know what to do. Whoop. So, the basic premise of Viper as a whole is that Viper is supposed to be a monster hunter. Viper is supposed to be the class that goes out and kills and takes bounties on monsters rather than people. That was how they were advertised. That was the story, what their story quest is about. And so, to me, this misses the mark so hard. Like, if this is supposed to be a monster hunter, would it not be fun to decorate it to be a bit more decorativistic with their prey, to make their outfit be made out of those pieces? Like, perhaps it would be a bit too much Monster Hunter, and there is a Monster Hunter collab, you know, and maybe that would prevent them from being too like, maybe copyright would be a thing. But to me, it's just, this feels almost a little bit too safe. Like, yes, this is what a bounty hunter looks like in every other single fucking game. In fact, we already have 2. Like, it's generic, it's so uninspired, both in its gameplay and in its story. Like, we already had a bounty hunter, like, which was Gunbreaker in many of its things. We did not need another one, and if we're gonna get a monster hunter, then I feel like this just it feels half-baked. It's just boring. It's literally Gunbreaker at home. It's like Gunbreaker decided to take just a machinist color scheme, and then, you know, they had 2 swords. So you know what? It was a paladin who got tired. Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you want to go ape shade and became a DPS? It just doesn't. It doesn't feel like anything. It's a nice look. It's a nice outfit. Fashion wise, it's lovely. I like it. I like the ruffle on the coat. I would wear that myself. But how is this different from Gunbreaker? How is this different from Machinist? Like, Machinist, the only reason why it stands out is because it's dapper. It's because they're the little dudes with the little bold arrow ties. They can't seem to let go of the ties. And like the suit vest, which is fine. It's what distinguishes them. So there was so much missed opportunity here for Viper to be just show off. To just be a show off. Like, you hunt monsters, dude. Show it. Have some maybe it's a little bit too much, but then again though, this game has some of the most horrible gore-ish cutscenes. So why not just go all the way, put some skulls on that bitch? Like monster skulls. Let us know that we are Monster Hunter. They could have done so much more. I just feel bored. I don't feel anything. I don't feel excited to play this class. I don't feel excited to look at it and be like, hell yeah, I'm a Viper. I'm a Viper and this is who I am. All I feel like when playing Viper and looking at this outfit is just, I am a diet Gunbreaker. So, as far as first impression goes, I would say it's a 1. I'm not impressed. I'm just not impressed. And I don't think I want to see this again. I'm not impressed from the present, but I'm hopeful for the future. Because there is some really cool ways in which this could go. I just hope that they just make a clean break from Gunbreaker and just focus on the Monster Hunter aspect. Make it feel like their garments are made out of monster parts. Because that is the logical step. And I feel like they just missed the mark. All right, we have two more, folks. Okay. Warrior. So warrior is the barbaric class. Is the what is it called in English? D&D. Oh fuck, I forgot. I guess it's called warrior as well. Shit, I forgot what it's called. Barbarian. They're a barbarian. They always meant to be. They're meant to be hot-blooded. They're meant to be. They're meant to be the type of. They will an axe and they will not hesitate to chuck that motherfucker in your face. So, slowly but surely, initially they started like any other tank, well covered, being sensible. But where is the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? Where is the fun on being sensible and having proper clothing? No. What we're gonna do is gonna slowly but surely get rid of the armor. Which it works. It works because the thing about Barbarian in its concept is that they don't wear much armor. They just, by the sheer power of determination and apparently sluttiness, because I just realized, what the fuck, Dantrell is literally wearing a thong. Okay. By the sheer power of just having your thighs out, having your skin out, going out into the sun to play, by the sheer power of that, you are able to survive any deathly blows, Who is ever going to go against your perfect skin, Who's ever going to hit that skin? Nobody, because nobody would dare to hit somebody who's as sexy as you whenever you're wearing this outfit. And all intents and purposes, though, very much like Red Mage and Scholar, it's the same idea, but different enough execution on it that I feel like we have a good variety of gear, that it doesn't feel too samey. that it always feels like no matter what, you're always gonna get a new warrior. You're gonna get a new kind of barbarian, and I'm really loving that for them. Particularly in Dawntrail, I really like the top. Like it feels minimalistic, but it feels just like it's just enough armor for you to believe that they could take a hit, but also just enough bare skin that it feels like, yes, they are a barbarian, but they're not totally so stupid to you go naked into the battle. So I like that. I feel it's a perfectly good execution. I think we could do more with colors. I feel like we need to return to the red. I feel like the red needs to be more vibrant. Go back to a Triumph of Return. But otherwise, I'm good with Warrior. It feels nice. I'm excited to wear this. It is not totally because I get to have my tummy exposed. What are you talking about? It is just totally because this is a very cool outfit, and I get to have horns. So how about that? It's a 10 out of 10. I like it. Oh, with the blue too. Love that. Oh, I love that blue. Finally, we move towards probably the most unfortunate class on this expansion. Not just because in game it hasn't extended to anything, but just because it's probably the most, alongside Viper, and listen, Viper at least gets an excuse because there has been so many classes. But this is probably the one and only class that is always uninspired. That it has never felt the need to do anything different. The closest thing they got to was Endwalker, and still, that was just not good enough. So, what mage, no matter what they try, they have to be stuck to this color palette and robes. Like, a white mage must always be wearing robes because that is their original look. That is how they look. That is how they must always look. It's the same with red mage. They're stuck in the same loop. The issue with this, though, is that there is only so many places you can go before a white mage does not become recognizable. Like, if you show me Endwalker, I wouldn't think that's a white mage immediately because it looks very different. And personally, I like that. I like when there's variety. I like when there is different things to offer within the same class. You know, for different aesthetics for different people. But whenever you stray too far, then you suddenly don't think that, oh, that's a white mage. You think like, oh, that's a cool outfit. That is a cool ball gown that could probably see the Milgala later. That is a really cool prince look. When it comes to white mage, it's just they cannot be too bold, or else it just is not recognizable anymore as a white mage. And that is unfortunate because please, for the love of God, stop giving them robes. Just like Astro, just give us something different. I know it's hard because it's a white mage. You gotta keep the same silhouette for it to be recognizable. But Endwalker was so good because it was something different. It gave us something to play with that it felt like this is what Final Fantasy XIV would make a white mage look like. It doesn't feel just straight ripped out of a game. It feels like their own rendition of it. And when we go to Dawntrail, and we go back to a robe that is blind, that is not even the same shade of red, and just again robes to the floor, not even changing the length a little bit, not even going back to how short they used to be, because they used to be kind of short. They used to hit at the knees. These are longer. I don't know. I just feel like it's nothing. It's nothing I haven't seen before. I'm a little bored, not gonna lie. I think what would have been so cool, at least, is if we are to go back to robes, I feel like we could have gone back to something similar to this. Not necessarily the same thing. I actually don't like this gear very much. But do you see like the opening coming from the middle, very high, like almost right between the chest. I feel we could have done the same thing with this one, like keeping the same idea, but just keeping it open enough for you to be able to display other parts of the outfit. And you know, it still feels like a white mage, of course, and it still feels like a robe, but producing the same effect on Endwalker, in which it feels just different enough to feel like you're evolving, you know? It doesn't feel like you have the same dress from different events. But otherwise, in its execution on its details, I actually really do like it. I just wish that it was slightly different, just something else. Give me something more. I don't like the robes. I feel like they can be very limiting. And with how good they did on Endwalker, I kind of hope that that same penchant for ruffles, bows would carry over, because that would be very much White Mage's thing. To just stick to the bows. With doing bows on White Mage, that would have been so good. Bows and ribbons in red and white, that would have been awesome, and I could see so much potential for that. But well, we are going back to basics on Downtrail, and for what it's worth, it is definitely much better than this. It is definitely much better than whatever they were going for, whatever choir boy look we had on this. Whatever they were going for, this is much better. It's a much better execution. I like the details. I like the embroidery. It feels fun, but I feel like we could have gone so much further. So I'm gonna give it a solid 7. Ideas-wise, it's not that good. Execution-wise, it's pretty good. But for that, folks, I believe that we have reached the end of the stream. I think this has been a nice little rant about me talking about things that, quite frankly, do not matter for other people, and it's just I'm weird, and I'm kind of like that. But you know, it is kind of what you subscribe for. You subscribe to me to either be extremely unhinged or just for my opinion, which fair enough if you don't agree with it. I mean, and at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. This is just how me, a person that knows a little bit more than about fashion and character design and how it feels to play these classes, because I played them before, and how long I have been with the game. It's just my opinion. But if you don't share it, that's okay too. We all have our different opinions, and you're allowed to be wrong. But yeah, with that though, folks, I am afraid that this is gonna be a shorter stream than what we're having lately. Lately, we've been going for around 3 hours, but I just don't have the social battery today, folks. I have been really tired recently because I've been working a lot. But I really do appreciate all of you for coming here with me today. Honestly, I've been receiving so much support on YouTube. Like, people are subscribing. I don't know why. I'm not that funny to begin with, but you know what? Welcome to be here. I welcome your presence. You're welcome to stay. And I'm glad to have you here. It makes me feel happy that at least some people are interested, and to give me enough of a shot to be your entertainment for today. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Tomorrow, actually, I was gonna post it today, but I don't think I'm gonna have the time. So tomorrow, I'm gonna post the celebration. The celebration announcement, because next week we're gonna be celebrating 200 followers on YouTube, on Twitch, and 300 something on TikTok, because for some reason my TikTok is my biggest platform, so you know. But you know, people love to see me suffer, apparently. So yeah, we're gonna be celebrating next week, or a couple milestones, because when I wasn't looking, you people came here. I don't know who you are, but I hope you're enjoying your time here. We really need to celebrate. It's overdue. So on Wednesday, we're going to be playing Uno with the community. If you want to play Uno with me and make me mod and make me hate you for the rest of your life, we are gonna play Uno on Wednesday, so come on down. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun times with the family. When it comes to Sunday, we're going to be doing an appreciation stream, and which, if you want to be celebrated for anything in your life, I don't know, perhaps you want to be celebrated for maybe you got an A on your exam, or you put a really good outfit together that you want to show with people. Perhaps you want to show your Vtuber avatar that you're really proud of. Anything you want to show to me and you want to be appreciated for, we're gonna do that on Sunday. So stay tuned for the post on Monday. I'm gonna be posting that on Monday alongside my schedule, so that you're able to submit anything you want to be shown, to be appreciated by. So yeah, I hope you guys stick around. But for now, this has been all for me. Thank you so much for choosing me for your entertainment for today, and I hope you have a wonderful first week. Wonderful rest of your week. Have a lovely night, guys. I love you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.